today, so this is day 2. We're going to be covering pages 15 and 16. So if you're not there, go ahead and turn there already. The title is Expected Value, and we're going to be answering the question, how much can I expect to win? So question 52 says, Janine's teacher has presented her with an opportunity to raise her grade. She can roll a special dice and possibly gain points. If Janine rolls a positive number, she will gain the number of points indicated on the dice. However, if she rolls a negative number, she will lose that amount of points. Janine does not know what to do. The dice formed when the net at right is folded offers 4 sides that will increase her number of points and only 2 sides that will decrease her grade. She needs your help to determine if the dice is fair. So over on the right here is the net. If you were to cut it out and fold it and tape it, you would make a dice. You could roll it, right? Would you guys do this? Would you take the chance to raise your grade or lower your grade by rolling the dice? Is this dice fair? Okay, so for question A, it says, what are the qualities of a fair game? How can you tell if a game is fair? Discuss this with your team and be ready to share your ideas with the class. Okay, so remember yesterday, we said that in order for it to be fair, whether it's a spinner or in this case a dice, that the value should be 0. Okay? This die has 6 sides, right? 6 choices or 6 sides. So what is the expected value of one roll of this dice, and show how you got your answer. Is this dice fair? Okay, so if it has 6 faces, we need to add up all 6 sides. So there were 3 2s. A 2, and a 2. And then there were 2 negative 4s. So a negative 4 here and a negative 4 here. And then the other one was a 1. So if you add all those up, you get negative 1. We're going to multiply that negative 1 by 1/6, which is the same as dividing by 6. And we would get negative 1/6. So when they ask, is the dice fair? You say, not fair. She is more likely to lose points on her grade. Okay. So to answer the question, should you roll the dice to improve your grade? Is this dice fair? Is the teacher being fair to this student? All right. Question C says, change only one side of the dice in order to make the expected value 0. Right here we got negative 1, right? So we really only need to add 1 to one of them. So I simply took that 2 and changed it to a 3. Everything else I left the same. 2, 2, negative 4, positive 1. Did I have to only change the first one? Yeah, I could have changed any of them, right? I just randomly picked that one. When you add them all up, you get 0. 0 times any number is 0, which then will make the die fair. Now would you roll it? Would you risk your grade going up or going down, right? Part D says, what does it mean if a dice or spinner has an expected value of 0? It means the average of the rolls or spin will be 0. No net gain or loss. There should be. Okay. Any questions on number 52? All right. Number 53 says, examine the spinner at right. If the central angle of the region is 7 degrees, calculate the expected value of one spin using 2 different methods. Be ready to share your methods with the class. Okay, so what you're going to find out is that a circle has 360 degrees, okay? Because if you draw a line, the top of it has 180, underneath it has 180. So 180 plus 180 is 360, okay? So if you have 7 out of 360 degrees, you can write that as a fraction. 7 degrees over 360 degrees, okay? So for this particular spinner, you have a 7 out of 360 degree chance of getting 100. So you're going to say 7 times 100. And then for the rest of the spins, all of this space over here is 360 minus the 7 is 353. You take your calculator, 360 minus the 7 is 350 degrees, will spin a 2. Okay? So you're going to multiply 7 times 100 to get 700, and 353 times 2, that gets you 706. You add those two numbers together to get 1,406. And 1,406 divided by 360 degrees in a circle is approximately 393, not 3, there's a decimal point there, 3.91, okay? When I use that wavy equal sign, what does that mean? That's not the congruence. That's a wavy equal sign. What does wavy equal sign mean? It means you take your calculator and you go 1,406 and you divide it by 360. Watch what happens. You've got all these decimals. Do you have to write down all those decimals? So I rounded it because there's a 3.90, but there's a 5 next to the 90. So I'm going to round that 90 up to 91. So the wavy equal sign means I rounded, okay? That I didn't write all the numbers that were in the calculator, okay? All right. Another way to do this problem is to add the multiply the 7 times the 100 plus the 353 times the 2 divided by 360. Punch it in the calculator, you're going to get the same answer. So you can do this problem either way, either the red way or the blue way. All right, any questions on problem 53? No? Anybody still writing? All right, flip over to the top of page 16. All right, at the top of page 16 is question 54. Question 54 says, now reverse the problem or the process. For each spinner below, determine the value of x so that the expected value of the spinner is 3. Be prepared to explain your method to the class. Okay? This part where it says is 3 means you're going to set it equal to 3. Is 3. So that means it equals 3. Then you're going to see what percentages they give you. On this first one, they didn't write out a percentage, but they put this little box. This little box means how many degrees? 90. So we're going to say 90 out of 360 in this spinner is going to get you X. The rest of the spinner is going to get you 2. So to get the rest of the spinner, we take 360 minus the 90, which is 270. So 270 out of 360 is going to get you 2. So the blue is your original equation. Then we just multiply everything by 360. So 360 goes into 360 one time. 1 times 90x is 90x. 3 goes into 360 one time. 1 times 270 and times 2 is 540. Bring down that equal sign right there to there. Then multiply 360 times 3 and you get 1080. Then to get the x by itself, you just do inverse operations. So where we added 540, you subtract 540 from both sides. That leaves you with 90x over 540. That x is being multiplied by 90, so we're going to divide both sides by 90. And 540 divided by 90 is 6. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing in your groups of 4 for part B and C. Okay? You're going to take the degrees out of 360 times what it's going to give you, plus the degrees out of 360 times what it's going to give you, plus the degrees left out of 360 times what it's going to give you, and set it equal to 3. All of them are going to be equal to 3. Then you're going to multiply everything by 360 to get rid of the fractions. Then you're going to do inverse operations until you get the variable by itself. Okay, you're going to do that for B, and you're going to do it for C in your groups of 4. Then when you're done,